everybody, welcome back to Tales from the Tool Shed. I know it's been a little bit since I made a video and I apologize, but we've kind of had a 3-week heat wave here and just haven't been the most motivated to do it, and we went on vacation for a little bit, so it's just kind of caught up. But now I'm back, we're in the shed here. We're going to go over this new little thing here, not new, this here product thing of mine. It's my Milwaukie Packout. I use this basically every single day at work. I install cabinets for commercially wise and mostly apartments, and they usually go from single story to 20 stories, and I've got to take these tools everywhere I go in buildings. So if I'm on the ground level, great. If I'm on the 20th level, it's gonna suck going up the stairs because there's usually no elevators available. So I try to go as light as I can with as much capability as I can. And this is just my hand tools. I call this my hand tools because I have my table saw, I have my chop saw, I have all my other machinery in my work van. So if I need it, it's another trip. It's another trip up the stairs with the chop saw. It's another trip up with the table saw. Then you got to bring a vacuum. Then you got to bring a fold down table. All that kind of stuff. And multiple trips up to your workstation, whatever floor you're working on. And you could be only there a day. At the end of the day, all your stuff's got to come back down and go to the van because you might be off to another site in the next day. If you're lucky enough, you can set up on site and stay there for maybe 3-4 days, maybe even up to a week, and get some serious stuff done and move down levels. But if you're going in and out multiple job sites a week, try to go as light as you can and pack not the minimum, but what can get you by multi-use type stuff. And we'll go over some tools. Anyway, the Packout system has these little cleats on the bottom that intersect with lids, and they just sit there, lock in place, and they can't come off. Packout system, it's been around for a few years. I've had this about 3. If you go on YouTube and look around for Packout stuff, there's a lot of other people that have a lot more information about it. I just use this for what I got. You can stack these things modularly higher, 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 higher. And I have a buddy that did that, and it made it so uncumbersome. You get underneath it and it wants to fall over, and you got to hold up the extra weight, and it's really, really, really annoying. Mine, I got one box, a bag, and a big box. I would like to get possibly another double box that's this size but goes across the two sides for batteries, and you'll see how many batteries I carry inside here. But I carry a lot of batteries just because everything I got is basically cordless. Anyway, so this is the Milwaukie bag. This comes with a shoulder strap. We can take that off real quick because it gets in the way. And it's like pocketed on the inside, one big pocket. It's got a couple of zipper pockets that keeps some stuff in. And I'll go through a lot of this stuff, but I don't want to take up too much time. I'm also going to go through my load of what I carry. That way you can see what it takes, what I use, and what I do every day. This is my main pouch. I carry this basically everywhere I go. If I'm installing, I hook this into my bags to where I put on my counter bags, and I can work all day long in those carpenter bags. But this is what I basic pouch I take around with me, dropping tools. I carry a screwdriver, of course, multi-tip, a couple different putty knives, big putty knife, a pair of side cutters, wire cutters, small pair of channel locks. This is the pair I don't like. I got another pair I prefer, but these are the ones I carry in here right now. I got a chisel. This is an 1.25" chisel. Mark, this is my main chisel. It does everything. It's a pry bar, it's a paint can opener, it's a chisel, it's a scraper. It does everything I need it to do. It's a nail set. It does a lot of stuff, but it's still a chisel, and I keep it fairly sharp. But that's my chisel, 1.25". Nail sets, and one thing that in my business is setting cabinets, a stud finder. And if I can get it out here, it's stuck a little bit most of the time because it's magnetic. It's just one big magnet, and you go around the wall searching for the studs, and the studs, sheetrock is screwed to the wall with nails or screws, and this magnet will go across. It'll find the head of the nail and it'll grab right to it. That's how you can locate your center of your stud. You're relying on someone else that put that screw in there to be in the center, but it can get you close, and then you can do math. But I carry a magnet stud finder, and then my buddy Randy, when he retired, he gave me this magnet here that is just covered in screws because it works good to hold screws together. But in there is a flat magnet. Believe it or not, there's a flat magnet in there, but right now it's just as a screw binder. So anyway, that's my pouch. It's my go do everything pouch. I carry it with me most everywhere I go on the job sites. Mallet, rubber mallet. I go through these things like crazy. I think this is my second one this year so far. I wear them out because I use them as a hammer, and I shouldn't use it as a hammer, but I'm not going to carry an extra weight of carrying another 16-ounce hammer up and down stairs. So this is better survive as a hammer, multi-purpose device. Square, I'll show you why in a little bit. Square, you can't get wrong without them. We'll go back to this. Jar of screws. I carry just a little peanut jar of screws. It's got everything I need to basically do any small repair to cabinets, small screws, big screws, everything from a 5/8 little tiny pans to 4-inch full-on cabinet setting screws. 4-inchers. My main ones I use for setting cabinets are these 3-inch white heads, square drive. And my when I really need to move something or I need longer length, I use a 4-inch square drive as well. But I carry a little miscellaneous jar. That way I've got a little bit of everything. I can't go set a kitchen, but I can go set one cabinet, or I can go do some repairs or this and that with just this little screw jar. And I carry tons of other screws in my multi-sit pack later when I need to set up for bigger. Tape measure. I have 2 or 3. I carry 2 or 3. One's in my orange safety vest. I have a pouch dedicated for tape measure, but that's another one. Roll of masking tape. In my world, what I'm doing, I usually have to mask things off for spray paint or repair damage. Always got to protect surfaces. Clamp. Have to have a clamp, because if you don't have a clamp, you can't clamp things together. But no, I need a clamp. Pry bars. This is a little heavy. My buddy Randy, he gave me this punch, and it weighs quite a few ounces. It's solid steel, and I really don't need this thing, but I used it once. And I haven't taken it out yet, even though I got 2 other punches in my pouch. But he gave it to me, and I'm kind of treasuring it. Yeah, a nice pry bar as well. So there you're starting to add some weight. I got a file, crescent wrench, and a bit extender. So this is a 12-inch bit extender. Sometimes, like I've done some wine racks where you had to get a screw behind, all the way to the back of the wine rack. You can't get your hands in there. So a bit extension for your drill or your impact driver is really critical. File for melamine, for edge tape. For Formica, file, even sharpening my chisel. That's what I use it primarily for. These are a cutter here. It's got a really, really sharp blade on it and a table, and it has 45, 90 degrees. And it's great for cutting small stuff like scribe molding. I wish I had something, but I don't. But it's really sharp. It'll cut almost everything, including wire, all day long. It's super sharp. So it cuts, yeah, it cut, you know, maple scribe molding. Maple's pretty tough, and it does it. But here's a flexible bit extension. I just showed you the 12-inch one that was rigid. This one's flexible to go possibly around a corner or something. I'll carry that just in case. People who know what fast caps are. These are fast caps, little white plastic discs to cover the head of a screw inside of a cabinet. These are, they call them screw covers or fast caps. And sometimes you'll get into projects where your cabinets are a gray or a brown or nothing, and you got a nasty, ugly screw on the face, and the builder doesn't want that. So I bought this cutter. It's made for cutting leather punch, but it works just great to set and cut these little discs if you've got the appropriate color to match the outside of your cabinet or whatever you need. Is not just white. I can make fast caps on the fly. I carry some nails for my nail guns, micro pins. Here I got pretty decimated in there. I got router bits because I carry a router in here. So I carry my router bits, but I wrap them up in tape. That way the cutters and the carbide cutters don't touch each other or run into anything sharp, and they still stay pristine in there. All I have to do is unwrap the masking tape, use it, and take it off and wrap it with my masking tape again. And we're back good to go, safe, protected for another use. And here's another one. Here's another router bit. That's a flush trap bit, but you can't tell because it's covered in masking tape, but I keep them in there protected. And putty. I carry all kinds of different color putties, sometimes doing touch-up. Around this side I carry a magnifying glass / ruler because my eyes aren't what they used to be, so I can look through the little magnifying glass here and read what I should be watching. Shims, always carry a bunch of shims. That's always critical. So bigger wire cutters. Here's my favorite pair of channel locks. I got little discs sticking and everything because I think I had packed on loose. Sharpies, markers, for different colors. Artist brush for doing minor touch-ups in paint for some things. And hey, wow, I got another tape measure in here. Always good to have some electrical tape. This is always critical if you have well, not just an electrical problem, but if you need to bind something to another thing temporarily. I carry some of my cabinet finish. This is my oil wax finish that I make for cutting boards, but I always carry some because it always works good for running longer screws into maple or any really hard wood. I put some of this on the threads, and it acts kind of as a lube to run the screws with so they don't break or snap. And more putties. I got a 4-inch blade scraper, or it's a razor blade scraper. We're good for peeling stickers and whatnot. Here's another magnet I carry. This one's a lot weaker. I bought this one, and it's difficult to find your studs with this one, but I have it just in case one of my other two go down. Other two, yeah, I need more. And then I feel everyone should carry electrical dump stick. That way, you know when you're close to power. So anyway, that's this bag. This is my touch-up box I carry. In this, I carry crayons. Lots and lots of crayons in here. And bumper pads, or fast caps, brown bumper pads for some face cream jobs. But this is my crayons box. I got a lot of different colors for in here for wax. We call them crayons, but they're wax sticks made by different companies for the wood grains. That way it can touch up or it can fill stain pens and all the different colors I need to wrap up. So, tons of them. I carry some shelf pegs, some hinges, another miscellaneous screws. I could actually wean this down and create more space. But, anyway, that's about all I want to go into in this. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, this video, so it doesn't go on and on and on. And like I said, these clip into there, or if I want to carry this in the system, I can just set this on top of here, lock it in place, and now it's good to go as one system as well. Oh, I also got this for Christmas last year. It's a multi-bit holder. It's where any of your 1/4-inch shanks, tips, you can just put them right to this chain, and I can carry everything, all my square drives, Phillips drives, miscellaneous bits, stuff that I don't want to lose, or backups. That way I've always got them around. On the end here I also carry glue sticks. I do a lot of hot glue. Try and get stuff with it. Okay, now we're going to tap into the plug into the phone real quick. So we're getting dead. Okay, and I get into the big main box here. This is where I start showcasing some of the tooling I use for day-to-day stuff. This is my Ryobi 18-gauge nail gun. I use it a lot. This is one of my mostly used tools. I go through probably one of these every 2 years. I'll kill one, but I'm using it almost daily. Thousands and thousands and thousands of nails through it, brads through it. Yeah, it's a workhorse. It's the Ryobi. It's not an expensive one. It's fairly cheap, but it works. And they just work. I can't say anything bad about them. They're a little heavy compared to the other brands, but they are solid. I got a Ryobi multi-tool with a fine blade on this one right now, just for cutting, plunge cutting into drywall, plunge cutting into baseboards, whatnot. I use this a lot too. Nothing in here I don't not use. Then I carry batteries, and batteries, and batteries. And I got 4 of these Ryobi ones that I've had since 2015, and they're still all strong. And I haven't had a battery of this size fail. The smaller ones, this size, I got this battery in 15 as well, but this is the only one I got left. I had like 7 or so. This is the only one of the small ones I have left. But I got lots of batteries. That's why I was actually thinking about getting another box just to hold the batteries and chargers. Then I got my Makita skill saw or jigsaw. This thing's pretty good. Great cordless option. Plenty of power, enough power as a corded version, just in a cordless version. Good saw. I really like it. Here's my cordless router. Again, Ryobi. Takes just the standard any of these 18 volt batteries. Lock in, plenty powerful. All day long. Router stuff. It's got my straight cut bit in, and I should wrap that in tape and put that away well. But I always try to carry a router in case I have to repair something, or if I got something that's not fitting. Just anything with router's good use for. My main impact driver. Me and this thing have a love-hate relationship because I use it every single day basically to screw cabinet doors, cabinets to the wall, drill holes, mount door handles. This thing is the bread and butter of what I do. I just dropped it, but don't worry, it'll live. So, it'll live. And for the Makita stuff, I got lots of batteries. I carry so many batteries. And I got my charger, battery, battery, another battery, another one of my big Ryobi batteries. I got to carry my Makita charger. The Ryobi charger, I left it in the van, but I keep it in here too. My Makita charger. Then here's my battery powered skill saw. This is my Makita, and I use this. I can't say I use all these tools every day, but I do. I use all these tools almost every day for doing whatnot. And this thing is pretty awesome. It doesn't have the power of a corded one, but it's not meant to. I'm just doing cabinets. I'm not like I'm doing 2x4s all day long. This can do plywoods and that kind of thing. And the nice thing about this, it comes with a guide. And this guide will slide into the T slot here. You set wherever you want. And now you can rip stuff with this width here, or small rips, long rips. If you need longer, you can go to the other side and get this distance more than you could on this side. Just it's a great thing. Straight line, straight edges, rips. Me and this thing do a lot. I do rip down panels, rip down moldings, rip down shadow line. I've even done crown molding with it once or twice, just because I don't want to take my chop saw up to the 10th floor, up to the 15th floor, up to the 20th floor. I'd rather keep working. So this is all my main workhouses, and I abuse them, but they survive. I always carry. Now I had a nice glue gun up until someone liked it more than I did, and they borrowed it and didn't come back, and I didn't know they borrowed it. So job site thievery is pretty rampant. So I got a backup. This is my corded glue gun, and now that means I got to chase down the hollow cord to the spider box or to a place there's power, or I plug it in where the source of power is, get it nice and hot, run back to the room, glue what I need, put together before the glue cools off. So it lives in the bottom, it don't come off very often. And then I've also got a Dremel, and this is really dusty, as you can see. It doesn't come out of the box very often, but when it has to, there's a reason. Sometimes drawers, the screws inside the drawers where they go in and out, back in the back corners, the head will be proud. You got to really can't get in there. I use my file, the edge of my file, or I'll get in this or this thing and neep, 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 grind off the little head. Makes the drawer run a lot smoother. And then tons of dust, because this is also a dust magnet. And paperwork and stuff that I gotta clean this thing out. But anyway, that's just a quick overview. Milwaukie Packout. It's a good system, works for me. I've had it for 3 years. Rolls nice. As you can tell by the damage on the backside here, it goes upstairs and it'll hit the next step, and it'll go up and it'll hit the next step and impact here. So it's wore down a little bit, but it's got a lot of life in it. The tires are good. This one's got a good chunk taken out of it somewhere. Right there, a good chunk taken out of that tire. You can get new tires for them, but I'm just not going to bother. This thing is, it's what it is. I took the handle loose just so I could transport in my car to get home, but the handles they're pretty good, and they're rated for 500 pounds, so you can put a lot of weight in the Packout system. And that comes with put 2 little screws here and locks the handle in place. Now I got it out. So I'm actually gonna put it back in my car. But Packout system's good. Everything locks in together. It's been good for me. Oh, and all kinds of stuff for these things. Like I said, they all lock in. And my son got me this for Christmas a couple years ago, this little mount backpack here. And it actually can take and this can hang on the back and lock in place. So if I needed to get it in the box and I didn't want to put this down on the ground, I can just actually piggyback it to the back and it'll stay there. But the Packouts are pretty adaptive, so the system works for a lot of people, and I'm one of them. But like I said, you get these things too tall, and the handle goes up pretty high. Normally it rides right there, but pretty soon you're going to lower it down. But you get to boxes, and pretty soon this thing's tall, and you, like I said, you get under that handle, and you got the weight up here. They get pretty daunting and pretty tippy, where I don't want to go much taller than the system I got now. Like I said, I might add one box just to store my batteries and my chargers in, instead of kick and loosen the box. Other than that, that's my review of it. Been pretty good. This is what I use for my daily tools. And thanks for coming along. We'll talk soon.